Good evening. Good evening. What's going on? What's going on, Hudson? Good evening to you, sir. How are you? How are you doing? If you're watching on catch up, kind of watching on this video, then enjoy the stream. We're going to be talking about some moves that I'm going to be potentially making. I'm still not made my mind up yet. I mean, as you know, in the last couple of streams and videos, I've been umming and ahhing about what to do. We have had a couple of purchases since, so I'll talk about them. Might even do a separate video on that, like in terms of long form on the channel. But yeah, tonight we're just gonna have a little chill. We're gonna talk about some players that I'm potentially looking at, and obviously have a chat with you guys. I don't think I've got any rewards. I think it was a pretty bang average game week for me. But I do have some players playing this in what? So some people's evening, but my early morning in the MLS in the Leagues Cup, which I'm actually looking forward to because the lineups I've put out are quite strong, especially the All Star one. So with 50% of All Star pretty much done and dusted already, I'm hoping that I can get a what am I talking about? Get a reward this week because I need one. I need more ETH. I need more cash. Um, I need to make some moves, and that's what this stream's about. What's going on, Kebab? Welcome. What's going on, NFT Investments? Good evening to you. Good. Can't complain, Hudson. Did you end up doing anything with your Osario Super Rare in the end? I haven't done anything with him. I think that he's just underpriced. Now, Harry's Rares going for 0.02, I think I checked last, is a bit mad. So obviously his Super Rares kind of plummeted in price as well. But I genuinely think he's probably worth zero point 0.4 minimum for what he does. He just needs to get firing. And as we know, MLS prices are absolutely tanking. They're at the floor at the moment. So I'm not expecting to sell him because people are listing too low. So I think he just stays there for now, and hopefully he can get me a couple of rewards in maybe like Champion America, Rare Pro, or something like that between now and the end of the season. That's what we're looking for. What's going on, Luke? Luca, what's going on, mate? To everybody else who's just joined, welcome to the stream. Gonna be making some moves, and it ain't a beer this time. It's a nice little latte. Nice little latte. No, this ain't a latte. It's a flat white. Flat white, boys. Yeah. So I will be staying up and or waking up early hours and watching probably the Minnesota game because I've got Reynoso and what's going on, Glenn? Reynoso and Bongi playing. I don't know if it's calling Bongi or Bongo. I'm not really sure, but anyway, let's transition over here. You don't want to be seeing my fat ugly face, right? So let's transition over here. Spurs are leading at the break. We are beating Barcelona 2-1, which is nice. It's nice to see. Also, I did notice, I'm going to be kind of probably all over the place in the first couple of minutes, but I did notice, no, it's not sorry results, it's games, my bad. That Angelino is not playing tonight. He's on the bench, which I'm pretty sure messes up quite a few stacks out there, especially in All-Star, which is nice. What's going on, Gaza? Hello, mate. Yeah, so Caratas, I've never really heard of this guy. Done all right a couple of games back, or was that at the end of last season? Probably coming for last few games, so he can do all right AA wise. But it looks like yeah, he got the gig tonight, which is interesting. He's interesting. Matt, what's going on, mate? First time catching you live. How's the Europe prep? Well, it's not too bad. I have made a couple of purchases, and I'm going to talk about them in a minute. And I did make I made a sell, but I brought in basically the equivalent, but just on the opposite side of the pitch. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So are they going okay? Not too bad. I've got a little bit of ETH there. I've got a little bit of cash there as well. And I'm just going to go through tonight some of the options, some of the things that I've been thinking about. See what you guys think on it as well. Ideally, I do need another goalkeeper, but it's just boring shopping for a goalkeeper, isn't it? Really. I'm hoping between now and or when the MLS comes back, right in what 2 weeks, 2 game weeks time, something like that. between then and the end of November, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will have 6 playing goalkeepers. So I'm not going to jump into Europe straight away for that. Hence why I'm probably looking at defenders, midfielders, and forwards. So yeah, but we're going to talk about that, Matt. NFT investment says PSV already 3-0 up again. Jesus. What's going on, Rail? Welcome, mate. Welcome. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Galatasaray get on, because as we know, if you were on that stream or did catch up, I was looking at Muslera and I was looking at Angelino as well. They are still in my watch list, in my shortlisted watch list as well. So it will be interesting whether Angelino comes on or not. I mean, obviously he's going to play this year, but I just really thought that he would start tonight, to be honest. PSV, let's have a look at what's going on there then. All right, well, that's pretty easy then, isn't it? That's them through. Luke de Jong. He's still kicking about. Is he still leading the line? Score-wise, he does all right as well, doesn't he? Didn't play. Oh, he must have been injured there. Well, surprised Nobelang ain't on the score sheet or with the assist yet, but I'm sure he will be. And Bakayoko as well, young forward there. Interesting. Who else is playing tonight? I didn't really look earlier. Copenhagen. So this is another guy that I know that a few people that I chat to have actually got, but Calves, if I've said that right. He's on the watch list as well, because he's just been smashing it since he's transferred out there. Be interesting to see how he gets on tonight. I didn't even know this fellow was still playing. I'm not going to pronounce his name. As you know, I'm dog shit at doing that. So let's just park that. He ain't very good though, is he? Southampton. He did have a little gig at Southampton as well, like a fair few games. Just couldn't get it going, could he? Wasn't he at Celtic one stage? Yeah, he was. How did he get on out there? Well, not too sad. Decisive heavy, isn't he? But yeah, that's fair enough that he's gone out there. Rewards guides. What's going on? Anyone had a good pull tonight? And we're talking about rewards, not out on the town. Oi. Yeah, anyone got a decent reward? I don't think I've got any. I'm almost sure that I haven't. Let's have a look. And these are going to be some nice coins, aren't they? Nice coins. Yeah, there you go. How exciting is that? Is that good content, lads? Seeing that? Kebab, you got nothing? Gaza, you must have had something. You're always winning, mate. You must have had something in there. How did I even get on in the end? I'll just stop checking. All-Star. Yeah, shit. Another wasted Ranuso 100, which is annoying. How did I get in pro? Oh, yeah, Boo didn't even play. So that's handy. Herrera and Houston didn't do anything. Nope, shit, really? Blimey, mate, makes me feel better. But I'm sure you'll be back on there in it soon. And then 240, Hill didn't play and Martinez didn't play. This little fella, I've been talking about him a few times. I had a few offers for him today. He's looking like he's going to be their number one, so that'd be nice. I think I've only got one team for this game for this weekend, so I'll probably list him up, and then once people realise he's starting, hopefully, I'll get a little bit more dough, you know. So yeah, but talking about this game week, as I said, the live game week, I'm actually doing all right. Here in terms of I've got 5 starters, and this is where I've brought in the other fullback at 20. And I'll show you the transactions first because it'll make a lot more sense. What am I doing? My gallery and transactions. I sold Smell to Sir Hiss. I didn't think so. This was literally about an hour and a half before the news broke out about Smell's injury, and I was sitting there thinking, you know, I wanted a decent defender for this game week, and I know that Unestalled had obviously I've got Unestalled, right? And it was in the last stream I was thinking, oh, do I sell him, do I not? And I think that the injury to Smal actually made me keep him. And that's because if I was going to sell Unestall, then I'd sell Smal as well. So I'd either try and sell them to somebody and like offload both of them, or sell them separately anyway. And then because he got injured, and I thought, well, no one's going to bite on him. No one's going to want to buy him now that he's injured. And then I thought, well, I might as well keep Unestall then and see what the news was. Well, in the meantime, I just done that. I offered, who is it, Sir Hiss? Is it the nine Golang one that you can offer? Is unique, and then see how much you get back. And yeah, he gave me that. And I thought that's not too bad considering that the floor was 0.17 at that time. There was an auction coming up, etc. And then literally an hour and a half after it come out and said that it's actually not too bad. This weekend or this game week, it comes a little bit too soon for him. But after that, he should be kind of all right. And then more news broke, and yeah, he is going to be out for a couple of weeks, but it's not like the 6, 7, 8 weeks that everybody first feared with what happened with him. So the good thing is that I got some cash for him. The other good thing is that there's been a few more sales since. There was an auction as well. And do you know what? I was really tempted when this auction was on here. I was tempted to put in that bid what the guy won it for, 0.15, and just get him back. And I know I would have thrown away like 0.005 ETH or whatever it was. But in the meantime, I picked up Brennett or Brenner. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I picked up Josh. Let's call him Josh. Yeah, I picked him up, and I thought, well, I was the first owner because I went through an auction with him. And then it gave me that +1 in terms of XP for having Unestall and this guy. And then if I would have picked up Smal, that would have been like another 40 points or whatever. I could potentially have had a, excuse me, a +2 XP and started doing a little collection. So I thought, you know, that'd be all right. But I didn't do that. I left Smal. I just thought, well, you know, I sold him in the first place. I've now got a fullback that's going to be playing, so just get over it and get on with it. I need to spend them funds elsewhere. But yeah, he's come in. And when you look at his home form, so let's just do like L40, let's go home form when he's playing. You can tell there that home form is really, really strong. He's exciting to watch. He gets forward, and it's kind of very, very similar to what Smal offers in a way. So the links to Feyenoord, I think, has quietened down a little bit. And he's in the gallery. So there you go. So Smal out, this guy in. What did I pick him up for in the end on that auction? 0.135. So pocketed like 50 quid or whatever it is by making that little jump. The annoying thing is again, I'll show you here. I mean, surely you guys have had it, right? You're bidding on an auction and nobody else is interested other than fucking traders. And it pisses me off because I'm not saying that I would have got him for 0.11, right? Somebody might have seen it and come in. But at the same time, I've gone from that and I paid at that time the highest anyone's ever paid for him. And I put a tweet out for it and I was just like, oh, that's fucking good, isn't it? You know, it is what it is. And all he's going to do is just flip it anyway or charge somebody an extra 20% on top. But I know that that's what they're there for. I've used this guy before. I've used like many of them, but it's just annoying when you're bidding on an auction, you know? So yeah, he come in. The other two pickups that I made, and I don't think I've done this on stream the other day. Gaza, what's going on, Elliot? Welcome, mate. They do my head in. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I know they've got to make their money, right? At the same time, fuck off when I'm bidding on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we spoke about these guys the other day. I don't know if I told you about it, but anyone else who's catching up on video or anyone that don't know who's on the stream, I picked up Bongi the other day. Picked him up to pair with my Renuso. That just kind of made sense to me. And he's had some really good game weeks, so he's in the lineup for this week. And then I picked up, talking about Europe, I picked up Visca. for, I don't know, 0.08, was it? 0.0, yeah, 0.082. Since then, he's gone up in price a little bit. But with this guy, we was talking about him on stream. Obviously, he's had some mad injuries in the last like year. But if we look at all, and if we just go by his current club, he can really smash it when he plays. 4-1 PSV, too easy. Or VAR 3-1. Look, they haven't got, excuse me, they haven't got their clean sheet. So that's a plus. That is a plus. Obviously not for the fellas who have got PSV stacks. So sorry for you. Sorry for you guys. No, that was just one of my mates in the group saying that Spurs are playing really well apparently against Barcelona. So impressive play from the back. But I think that's what Spurs is going to do, and I'll come on to that as well because I was messaging a lot of people around some Spurs players today, just to get a feeling of price. Not that I'm going to kind of jump on it, but I'll talk you through all of the stuff that's been going on. But I keep saying, but where was I? Yeah, Spurs are going to be like that. They're going to concede, but the attacking are going to be so exciting to watch, which is always nice with Big Ange coming in because the last couple of years it's been pretty shit. That was the thing I thought when I saw no clean sheet. Mate, I always think it. Any time that like the Feyenoord or anyone, I'm just like, sweet, no clean sheet. That means, you know, that's 50 points or 40 points off of their defensive stack. So sweet. Matt, I was looking at Son, think he will have a good season. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. He was one of the players that I was looking at as well. And from a Spurs fan, this is where my head was at like for 20 minutes earlier when I was just messaging some people and I had a bit of spare time was, do I, you know, buy a Son, buy a Madison, buy a whoever, Udogie, I think the new left back, he looks pretty exciting as well. Do I do that and enjoy obviously watching them and following them for the best part of like half an ETH, or do I actually spend it somewhere else where you're probably going to get similar scores from people that are cheaper? And I think that's the difference of where I am at the moment. I've just got to realize that, you know, I haven't got a massive gallery and stuff, and we're trying to win rewards to fund those type of purchases. However, I do think Son gets back to his previous couple of seasons, and I do think Madison has a decent season. The only thing that hinders Madison, in my mind, is that he is going to get a lot of -2s, I think it is, for goals conceded, because I do think that Spurs are going to concede a lot of goals. I know we signed the new centre half today, which is decent, but especially the first half of the season, I think that we're going to score a lot of goals. Not that -2s are a problem, but, you know, 3-4 in a game, who knows what's going to happen there. But anyway, jumping back to Visca, yeah, I've got Visca in for that price, and then paired in with Maxi Gomez as well. And for the best part of, like, I paid down here, you can see my camera isn't over it. No, I've moved the camera up. You can see down here what I paid and kind of what he's going for now as well. I think that's just a decent stack for the first couple of games. You know, they've got a home game here. Yeah, Galatasaray is a tough one, but 401's a really nice fixture. And then he goes away on international as well, even though that I don't think South American qualifiers are covered. But yeah, there we go. Now, somebody did message me today, and anybody else who was looking at Trabzon Sport players, or should I say specifically Maxi Gomez, apparently they are after another forward. So that puts some doubt with this guy. However, I still think, you know, they bought him, or whether it was a loan, I don't know what it was, but he done all right for him. You know, if we just go by kind of starts, and he done all right from a forward point of view. And in pre-season, I've been checking out their friendlies, not necessarily watching them, but checking on Flash Score how they've been getting on. And he's been tearing it up. Between him and Visca, I think Visca assisted 2 goals, like 2 of his goals in the last game leading up to it. So yeah, that's a nice little stack that I've got going on there. Now, if they go up too much more, I might just sell them and take the, like, what I might make about £70-80 off them and then reinvest it somewhere else. But there we are so far. So anything else that's gone on? I don't think so since I last spoke to you guys. I just got in this Tristan Blackman because I needed somebody for 240 basically. Yeah, everything else is a little bit boring, I think. So yeah, Matt, you bought a Bakasetas to pair with him. Yeah, I like Bakasetas. Obviously, he's a top scorer. I think that he loses corners though. Again, somebody else messaged me that we've been chatting kind of on and off throughout. I've come on to Sorare, and I think that Bakasetas loses corners to, oh, what's his name? Is it Omar? I think the other centre mid. But anyway, he's still gonna smash. Do you know what I mean? He's a top Sorare player. Hopefully, he stays there for them. And let's just go back to Visca as well, and go back to Trem. What's his name? Omar. Yeah, this guy. Apparently, he takes corners. I don't know how true that is. I've never looked into it myself. But yeah, Bakasetas is obviously a top player. Now, hopefully, he doesn't go to Saudi though, mate, because somebody like him being 30, I'm just thinking, does he go somewhere? Galatasaray have lost their clean sheet. Okay. We're in business, boys. I'm winning All-Star Rare this week. I'm winning. I'm probably not. I'm probably fucking coming last. But yeah, coming back to Maxi, he's been doing all right in pre-season, so I'm just going to keep him. Hopefully he flies, and then I can sell him on. Hudson, Greece has easy international games in game week 405, and I think that's the key thing. I was looking at that today with, who was I looking at with? Somebody had the Faroe Islands, and I forget who it was. But yeah, I think it's a good strategy now to even start thinking about those internationals, because especially when on September 1st, the longer form game comes into it, because there is, for example, let's just bring up Son, because I know he hasn't got a game in 405, I think it is. So yeah, I think 401 is like the first weekend of September. Then he plays the weekend after, and then yeah, so that week, depending on what date this falls into, I think that he's only got 3 games. So again, if you've got a smaller gallery with players like this, you're going to miss out on a game week for that longer form competition. Luckily, that 405, I actually do have a couple of players playing, because the MLS is still playing. I've only got one goalkeeper, however, at least when that kicks off, because I'm quite excited with that longer form, you know. I am. Can see your common teams. I haven't done any common teams yet. I'm very, very lazy with it. I should really do it. Oh shit, disallowed goal still. All right, fair dues. But yeah, where was I going back here? So that's that. So my lineups for this week. In comes Josh. Old Joshy boy. In he comes at the back there, pairing with Ernesto, because obviously I've kept him, as I've explained. New signing up there with Bongo and Reynuso. So I'm stacking those guys together. I've got Reynuso in the captain's armband, obviously, because he's one of the best cards in the game. Period. And then we've got Bumanga coming in there with a home fixture against Real Salt Lake as well. So not too bad. I mean, leaderboard wise, they don't show it on here, do they? But again, if Galatasaray has lost their clean sheet, or PSV has, or whatever it is, it only helps for all those people that are running those stacks. So who knows? I'm just praying for a reward, even if it's 50 quid. Get me a reward. And then from a Champion America Rare Pro. So I'm in an iron where to play this team. I mean, I'm not expecting amazing things, and what put me off of putting this in All-Star Rare Pro is obviously I've only got one Super Rare, right, in this team. However, with Galatasaray having a good fixture, PSV, 20, there's a few others that are playing this game week as well. I just thought some of those stacks and some of those players are just going to dominate. So I thought, you know what, let's just throw it together, put it in there in Champion America Rare Pro. What really pissed me off, well, I say really pissed me off, but what annoyed me a bit was last night. Let me just go back to that game week. Last night, no, it would have been this morning, wouldn't it? So I had Hill and Boo. Both of them didn't play. Now, it didn't matter because the lineups were dead anyway. However, they lost on penalties, which means I don't have their utility for the next few weeks. And they're 2 big cards to lose, I think. And then also, to rub it in, a couple of hours later, Charlotte beat Houston. So I lost Steve Clark, obviously being a goalkeeper. I lost a forward there that I could have obviously played in 214 in Baird, and he actually scored. I lost Hector Herrera as well. I've still got Merrim coming in there if I need to. But what would have been really nice is dropping Lovitz here and then filling his position with like Zimmerman if you're working from left to right, and then whacking in Hector Herrera or a Carlos Hill, and then putting that team in, Champion America or whatever. And I think that then I would have had a shot. However, looking at it in hindsight, Nashville, although being at home, they've got a really tough fixture. So they've not been great about keeping clean sheets recently. So who knows what's going on there? Yeah. So there we are. I think that brings you up to date, boys, with what's going on. Galatasaray, scored. Who scored for them? Artikoglu and Yilmaz. I haven't really looked at Yilmaz. What price is he at? Does he normally play? Bit part player last season. Seems to have started the last couple of games. Matt, tell me you saw the goals from Houston game. So I didn't see them, and now you've said that, I actually don't want to see them. What was it, Steve? Was it like a mistake by a goalkeeper or something? Hopefully not Steve Clark. Big boy Steve Clark. Did anybody have a mistake on that PSV game leading to that goal? They didn't. You know what? They're racking up some AA though. This can't be all one-sided as we think. Goalkeeping saves. Oh, it's only one save. Oh, and a diving save. Could have been the same. Keeper sweeper as well. Who knows? Maybe the comeback's on. Maybe the comeback's on. But we'll keep a little check out as to see what's going on there, boys. But yeah, let's. Oh, this is Skippy's goal, is it? Have a look. So that's Reglian. Oh, Skip! Look at him, leaping like a salmon. Leaping like a little salmon. Decent. I'm just checking if anything else is going on before we then start looking at my watch list, and I can start talking to you about what's going on, boys. Do you know what? Lo Celso could get a lot of game time this year. Might be a decent one to keep an eye out on. No, there's nothing important there going on. Clark went on a walkabout for the pitch. Goalkeeper error, in my opinion, and centre half thumped it into the bottom corner from the edge of the box. Sweet. What centre half was it? Was it Sviatchenko or was it Michael? Do you know what? Let's just bring it up. Because I saw the score and I was just like, oh, they've lost. I'm not going to bother looking at it. Oh, it was Michael. What was that? Oh no, it's a clearance off the line. Oh, but an own goal. All right, got ya. Sviatchenko. I see Nepenthes pick him up the other day, but I actually didn't. What's this? Official support from Sorare. Leagues Cup, the Inter Miami and Charlotte game. Oh, Oh no. So Sorare Cash Wallet updates. They're fixing bugs. Fine. Around users ETH only in their settings, but still receive cash, and vice versa. Right. App forces ETH wallet only users to. Right. Okay. Users. All right. None of that is impacting me. So the good thing is that I have actually made a little deposit to see how it would work. The cash wallet, and it worked really smooth for me, which was good. Right. Let's get on to making moves. Right. What the title of this stream's about. Now, if we look at next game week, you will see. Now, depending on what goes on with tonight's games and the Leagues Cups games, but in this game week, I've only got. Let's go All-Star Repro to get my Super Res in it. I've got 3 goalkeepers. Now, he's not going to play. Mark Martinez will play and Unisto will play. Unisto's got a decent fixture, even though he's away from home. So, right, he comes in. I've only got 1 defender. That's decent because I've got a stack. I've then will play Visca. Now, I think Taylor Booths does start, but it's a tough fixture against PSV. And as we know, he was shit last season, apart from 3 games. And then the 3 games that I didn't own him. Then I bought him. Then he went shit. Thanks for that. And then we got Teddy Tuma as well. Now he hasn't played a minute of pre-season, so I think he's still injured or he's recovering at the moment, so he's not going to play. So I've only got one midfielder in Visca, and then I compare him with Maxi Gomez, or I've got now Merrim's probably not going to start, even though because he didn't start last night. No, he might start, but anyway, he's still not going to be great, is he? Especially when he's playing against Inter Miami. And then we've got Vito in there, which has got a really good fixture. So it's annoying that I can't really use him. But, well, I could use him in this lineup, but I haven't got another super rare. So I'll put Maxi in there. And then I'm left with these guys to choose from. So I am going to pick up some people before this game week, which is probably not a great thing to do because everybody's going to be inflated a little bit. Or I could just play Vito in there and just put it in All-Star Rare or even Challenger Rare Pro and see what happens. So that's where I am, like next week. Now, don't get me wrong, the week after that, it should be like, I'm full. I've got like ample amount of goalkeepers. Defenders, I'm still a little bit light on in terms of quality, so I do need to make some additions there. I've got decent midfielders, as we know, with Renuso, with Hill, with Ruiz, Hector, etc. And I'm back to like full strength, and that should be the way between next weekend and for like the rest of the season, really. But so I'm not going to be buying just specifically for this game week, but I would like to get a now Teddy's not going to play, so I've already said that. I would like to get a different forward, or no, Maxi can be my forward, just another outfield player to come in here, and I would just play this in All-Star rather than All-Star Rare Pro. Or I pick up another super rare between now and then and whack them in as well. What would be really nice, and this is a player that I've been looking at today, and trying to message some people who haven't got back to me yet, is picking up this guy. Well, there's some options, should I say. I try and offload Vito and then get potentially like 0.7 for him if I even can do that. I'm just checking Discord. I don't think anyone's messaging me back. No, sweet. Or I was trying to pick up him, Sato, because if we look at his scores while he was playing at Sparta, and at the beginning he wasn't really playing, so let's just go by his starts. I think that's a really nice stack, especially being a super rare stack. The midfielder card of this guy, Vito's forward card, they've got a decent fixture here and a decent fixture there, and there. They've got an okay run. It's just a tough game that's thrown in. Now, obviously, I could just pick up his rare as well, but there's nothing on the market, and I think the auction just went. Yeah, and again, another trader's picked it up. Even the one before that was a trader, even though I think that he plays a little bit. So a bit annoying. How many times was it 2 traders going head to head? Because that pissed me off even more. Nah, but this guy missed out, which was unfortunate. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to pick up his super rare, which is, as I said, I'd like to. I think if I was to keep Vito, where was I? Lineup builder, yeah, over here. The other thing I could do is sell or just keep Maxi or whatever I do with him, and then pick up another super rare. Now, the other super rares that I was and by the way, guys, feel free to whack something in the chat if you think that I'm just off my rocker here, or I've got I don't know, just got my priorities or strategies wrong or whatever. But if we go to my watch lists, and I probably shouldn't be sharing any of this just in case. Like I trust you. Don't worry. I trust you. And you might look at these and be like, "Why the fuck are you even scouting these guys?" So I haven't made any moves for him, obviously, but I was thinking about him. I was thinking about potentially him. Just in terms of supers, this is that I'm going through. Him. Who else was it? There was one more, I think. Him. We spoke about Sato that I can't really get, and the others are too expensive anyway. So I messaged somebody about him. The price cut that come back was just too expensive, but I would really like him as a super rare. Anyone got his rare? Anyone got his limited or whatever? Thoughts on this guy? Now, the only thing that puts me off a little bit is obviously his age. I like Sato and Vito together, but will Vito stay? Listen, I've been going on Twitter every single day and searching his name, and he's not linked with anywhere. So he might want to leave. He might want to get out there, go abroad, and come out with all these statements. At the end of the day, he's played pre-season. He's had a few assists there. I think he's scored maybe once. You can only go somewhere if someone's interested, right? So that's the way I see it at the moment. Who knows what's going to happen between now and the end of the deadline, but he should be playing this weekend. And as I said, if no one buys him, then no one buys him. He goes nowhere, does he? But yeah, this guy, because if we look at his scores, even if we just go to like all, he's obviously been at Konyaspor a long time. I think he's their captain. He takes all of their sets as well. That's decent, right? But I think this guy wanted about 0.7. And if we look at his super rares down here, I'm not paying 0.7. You know, in today's market, I'm not paying, what's that, like 9 times the price of his rare. No, not doing it. But I might pick up his rare or something like that. But there we go with him. Then I was thinking about this guy, Kareem. I was thinking about him. Now, is he starting tonight? See, he's a DMP there. Obviously, he's just transferred to Galatasaray. We know that Galatasaray is going to be quite dominant out there, so I need to do more research on it. But he's super rare. What was it, 5 days ago? So this is when, it annoys me when Sorry Day does that. There we go. So you might pick him up for, Haber picked him up as well, but that's probably because his Galatasaray stack right, and he thought that Fred was going there, I think, from a stream the other day. Now, you might be able to get him for 0.4, but he's not going to play this weekend. And again, I'm not buying for just this weekend, but you know what I mean from the that I've shared out. So he's the potential. Kevin Rodriguez, I come across this guy the other day when we was doing all that stacking video from goalkeepers and defenders, and nobody wants to sell his super rare, basically. And there's none on the market. 12 days ago, there was an auction. If I would have found out about him before then, I might have even gone in for him there. But nobody else wants to sell. And if you look at his scores, again, if we just go all but by his current club, it seems a bit of a journeyman, but he's settled there out in Turkey. Really good scores for a defender, super rare. Now, the last one, and so I come across this guy last year, and I had his rare, and I was playing with him. Not literally, but playing with his card. And that looks decent to me. Now, it'd be interesting to get your guys' opinion on this. Like, without seeing, what would you say? Let me just make sure that I've got everything right here, right? So, just in that, what price do you think that this guy would be? What price? What is for his super rare? What would you pay? It'd be interesting to just see what people come out with here, without showing you the prices of his rare or super rares before. Let's see what you say. And by the way, he plays for a team that he's probably like finishing 8th or 9th in the league. So they're not going to get European utility. Okay, so Luca, 0.25. Okay. Come on, boys, don't be shy. What would you pay? Little Experimente. For the three fellas who just jumped in chat, what would you pay for this card as a super rare? Tell me. Tell me. He's in the Belgium league. He's a centre back, and he's locked in and week out. Just Luca with a 0.25, yeah? Well, thanks for participating, Luke. Cheers, mate. That's exactly the price that I would have paid. You know, I think he's consistent. Obviously, when he's getting these Oh, am I back? I think it just cut out there, but I think I'm back. Am I? Yeah. Um, can you guys hear me? Just give me a little thumbs up or something in the chat. Yeah, you're good. Sweet. Cheers, Glenn. Yeah, it was freezing on my screen. That was why. What have I won? Yeah, you ain't won nothing, mate. Unfortunately, you've won the participation awards. I don't know if anyone played football when did anyone play football when you were younger? And they always used to do, and maybe some of you guys won this, so I'm not taking the piss out of it, right? But there was always a trophy like clubsman or something like that, or somebody who was. And in this speech, the manager would be there with a microphone like this, and he'd be like, "And the next award, you know, this guy has he's shown such commitment, he's shown such willingness. He's been at every training session, you know, he's been there in the cold, in the snow, in the pissing down with rain, on the side of the pitch with his tracksuit on, supporting, you know, really giving encouragement to the guys. And so I'm going to give this award Clubsman of the Year to," and then you just be like, "Oh, what a shit award." That is just literally, "Oh, thanks for participating." Listen, you got to have winners and losers, you know. Anyway, um, yeah, most improved player, Glenn. Yeah, uh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an absolute dick, but it just used to always make me laugh a little bit. Gaza, you'd play between 0.2 and 0.25. Yeah, exactly. Basically the shittest player. I know, Elliot. Yeah, I know. It's almost like you felt sorry for it, and you just want to. That manager or the club is probably just saying to the parents, "Do you know what? Yeah, have yourself a little reward because you're coming over every week with your flask. You're pouring out a little coffee on the side or a little tea. You're getting fucking wringing wet. Your umbrella's turning inside out every week, and your son's standing next to you, or up on the opposite side of the pitch, just sitting down there, just shivering, just with his little tracksuit on or whatever." But who knows? Maybe that's going to be my boy, right? Yeah. Scenes when that player would score when you beat some point. Oh, mate. Yeah, exactly. Big old pile up, fucking go mental. And normally they're well alright as well. Like it's not like they're just a prick. But yeah, I don't know where I come onto that, but it just used to make me laugh. Um, anyway, I offered it. So let's just look at the price. So on the floor for the super rare is 0.4. Now, so good guesses for you from you guys you did, because the last couple of actual prices was 0.22, 0.26. So let's call it on average like 0.24. So I said that I'd pay that. I was like, yeah, sweet. You know, he comes in, he does well he get you like 85 points on a pretty regular basis, which is decent. Nothing out of the ordinary, but he did have a 92 in the first game of the season. And even this result here, he gave away the penalty and obviously lost his decisive, but yeah, he would have got more points for that, obviously. Let me just change a setting down here, lads. Hold on 2 secs. Just want to change that. Yeah, and no, it was kind of rejected, and they wanted basically 0.4. So is what it is, you know. Is what it is. We move on. So that was some of the super rares, and I do need to pick up between now and like the end of the year and stuff. I do need to pick up some super rares because as soon as my America players go, then I'm struggling, basically. Which is what is there 5 of them? Yeah, I am struggling now. The other thing that I was doing and I was looking at was around can't pay 8 times. Yeah, exactly. It's mad. You know, even with like Asario, right? We know that I've got Asario. He's 0.02. He's rare. Like you could probably have the same argument in terms of if you paid 0.2, it's 10x. He's rare. But like, what am I trying to say? I just don't think it correlates very well anymore. And I think some people genuinely expect 10x or something. I think Barcelona's just scored by the way. But yeah, just before we come on to that, do you think 0.32 is a fair price for Rare Flecken? Let's take a look before I come on to some of the people that I'm looking at. So he's obviously just transferred to Brentford, right? Yeah, yes. Now, 0.32. Luca last sale 3 hours ago was 0.2. So I'll try for 0.3. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I mean, in the last, what, 3 months, you'll be paying the most that anybody's ever paid. He's going to be definitely locked in at Brentford, right? Because Raya has just moved to Arsenal, so he's definitely number one there. Yeah, I'll try and get 0.3. You know, anything around the last couple of sales, really. I always look for, and again, rightly or wrongly, right, the last 3 to 4 ETH sales. I'll look at that and just get an average, and I'll either start with the bottom one and see if I can work, like, you know, keep it down as much as possible. But even like 0.285, 0.29, I will try and get there. Especially when there's 6 of them on the market, I'll just message all of these guys. Brentford goalies normally have good AA score. Yeah, that's right. They do. I was looking at his super rare, was too high for me. What, in Flecken, Gaza? He's looking at him. Bad defending from Reguilon, apparently. Apparently, Reguilon, some bad defending there. He only jumped up on the rare transfer confirmed. Yeah, I don't think that's a very good method, though. Like, if people are turning around and saying, oh, I'm going to whack on like £50, £60 just because of Raya's moved. Like, Raya was never going to start anyway, otherwise they would never got Flecken in. Raya wanted to leave, what, 3 months ago? So, yeah. I'm just bringing down the bitrate, boys, because I keep getting this flashing thing come up on OBS that signal's dropping out and whatnot. So hopefully it's all alright your end. Stream sound is cutting out. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I get this. Like, there's not even too many things that are plugged in. Might have to try and think about some different sort of setup down here. Yeah, I don't really know what else to do. The only thing I can do is almost like bring the bitrate down even more, or bring it down to, I don't know, fuck knows. I'll bring it down to 4,500. See if that helps in any way, shape or form. Elliot, he's been quite poor in pre-season. What, Fleck? And you been keeping up with him? Gaza says Luca try actor. He's spot on, top bloke. I bet he'll take last sell. You know what? I've looked at him a few times, and sorry, actor I'm talking about. And I've decided not to kind of go with it because I just didn't know what he was like. So it's decent that he's a reasonable person to trade with because he's got quite a big gallery, isn't he? But yeah, coming back here, I don't know what's going on with this because now it's going into the fucking orange and reds. No, it's not great content, is it? When you guys are, I don't know. Some Brentford fans worried. I wouldn't be worried. I mean, he's clearly a decent goalkeeper. Maybe he's just settling in. You know, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, but going back over to here. So if you can actually see the stream and the sound's actually okay at the moment. I don't know. I'm just going to get on with it, right? Maybe let's just close a few things down. Let's get off of Discord. He's looking for ETH at the minute. He's a reasonable guy and make him an offer. You know what? I might have a little look at his gallery then. See what he's got. I'm gonna close a few things on my laptop to just see if that helps in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, sorry. Let's get on with it. So here is my European watch list, and some of the super rares that I've just spoke about, I still might even pick up their rares. But I come across this little stack today. Now this guy, who is playing for Heronveen, it would be a nice little stack with Hay, because I didn't realise, but he's got decent AA for a forward, you know. Obviously, he's chipped in with a few decisives as well. So, I don't know if anyone knows anything about him. Sandy's working great now. Nice one, Evan. Sweet. I don't know about the video, though. I'm still getting these fucking pop-ups of what's going on. But yeah, anyone know anything about him? Because him with Hay, that looks decent. Now, he is a 0.2 price, and you could probably pick up like a Pantsil, who's probably a little bit more, or he's in a more dominant team, right? So maybe that'd be better. But I come across him and I just whacked him on the list and thought, you know what, let's keep an eye out on him. But the real conundrum that I've been thinking about, as I said at the beginning of this stream, was, do you know what? I support Spurs. Why not just fucking go in and get a real good combo with Maddison? Has he sold him? No, he hasn't. Oh, do you know what? Actors. Yeah, I was talking to a guy earlier, so I don't think it's this guy who's. Yeah, it wasn't him. He must have taken him off the market. But I was thinking about whether to pick up a Maddison and pick up a Heung-min Son and just go for it. I mean, we know that the Spurs are going to be attacking this year. I think that Son gets better scores. If we take a look at him when he was playing like around here, you know what? There was a way where like Laird done it the other day where you can drag here and it zoom in. Now it just doesn't work for me. But I think he gets back to these type of scores with the attacking football. I'm just catching up with any chat. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I think the problem with Tottenham stack is you play Challenger. Yeah, exactly. And this would be more of a move towards, because once MLS stop, it would be kind of prioritizing like All-Star and All-Star Rare Pro. So they would fit in there. And obviously with some of the releases today around like ETH and rewards and stuff like that, it might be that Champion is a way to go. I don't know. I need to see what the rewards are going to be like and how much that they're paying out in ETH and all of that good shit. But I just thought for point, I mean, what would you get him for, right? So 0.26, let's call that 0.26, and let's call him 0.22 or 0.23. Now he's probably like half an ETH though. It doesn't make sense. Like, I totally agree with you, Kebab. It doesn't make sense for me to do it, but I think eventually I will do it because it'd be nice when I'm watching them, right? To have that stack. But yeah, I'll just put a few messages out today to see what people would want and accept and things like that. That was a little thing that I've done for 20 minutes today, 20 minutes of fun. Who else did I add in here? I'm not going to buy Alexander Barr, so he can come off of the list. Also, what I was looking at was for the like 20% of that price, off of that price for 0.4 or whatever it was, you could pick up a Munoz and a Pantsil. And as we know how strong these two guys are, right? We take a look at their scores. We know what Pantsil can do. Even from an AA standpoint as a forward, like, it's really decent. If we just go L40, you can see they're like 11 AA as a forward. That's all right. And then just go by starts. That's a similar thing as well. And then with Munoz as well for a defender, if we go for him, we know that he's hit like back-to-back hundreds at the beginning of the season, and then obviously was didn't start this game. But again, similar with him, if we just go for Genk there, like a 42 decisive for a defender and a 21 AA, like I could get them and they could come into the gallery. So I think the conundrum that I've got is I'm not going to buy a goalkeeper yet because unless I win one, unless I come into a bit of E for whatever may happen. But I think that I need some more outfield players, and then I can just play them in All Star. And if I do want to go into Challenger Rare Pro or Challenger Rare, then I've got Unistal to go in there with. Do you know what I mean? So I think that out of everything that I've seen here, these two guys make sense in terms of like premium players that I know what I'm going to get. Now the issue that I've got with them is they could both leave. And that would be a real problem because 2 games ago they were both playing, and this is when Munoz was just fucking smashing it. And I think Pencil scored and assisted in that game as well. Now they had, who was it? Was it the Lille scout was watching them, and that's not good for me if they move to the French league. They need to stay. They need to stay where they are. So that's the risk. That's the risk that we're taking. But it's an option. It's someone I was looking at. Now, the other thing that I was looking at, again, we're talking about like Rodriguez, and I don't even know how to say this guy's name, but Gil Hermy. I was looking at their rares as well, which will come in a lot cheaper. So you could probably pick him up and Rodriguez up and potentially Burgess up for the same price as Munoz, which again might make more sense. I don't know. Like, let me know what you guys think in the comments as well. The other thing that crossed my mind is, before I come on to that, let me just have a look. No, it will be the next place to go, is Girona. Now, I've got a feeling that Girona, or if I'm saying that right, but I'm going to say Girona, I think they have a really good season. And I was looking at their preseason stuff as well, and they've been keeping the ball a lot, possession-wise. And then I was thinking, again, this is champion Europe. This is not Challenger. How's that getting on, by the way? Just scratched myself. Fucking hell. Looks like I'm bleeding. But I like this stack with Victor here as the forward, and we look at his scores, and he's been on fire pre-season. We've got Daily Bling coming in there as well. Now he's a bit older, but he's going to be playing centre back there. They keep the ball a lot, so he should get some decent AA as well. And then we've got Garcia in there as the set piece taker, who I think is still underpriced. Like, I could pick him up for, let's call that 0.12, let's call that 0.16, let's call him maybe 0.15. For basically 0.3, I could have those players. And I could even get Gazaniga as the goalkeeper, because he has some decent AA. Right, we look here, look, 19, 17, 22, which means that obviously when he gets that clean sheet, he's up in the 80s, or 83 here. So that's another thing that I am considering. But probably what makes most sense is to stay in Challenger, doesn't it? It makes more sense to do that, right? This is where PSV looking insane. This game could easily be 6 or 7. Yeah. So that's another option. I'm probably leaning towards mostly. I've got another pop up saying about this fucking stream shit going wrong again. Let me just transition, see if that makes any difference. Sorry, boys. If I can't get this kind of sorted, I might not stream. Might just be videos moving forward, because I don't know why it's doing it. I'll have to do some investigation as to what's going on. But if you can hear me and there's no breaking sound, then yeah. Can you guys hear me? Because it's gone well wrong my side. All right, cool. I'm back. It kicked me out. Okay. And are you seeing my screen? Are you seeing my watch list? All right, cool. All right, sweet. I don't know. I need to sort it out. God knows what's going on with it. Um, yeah, I think what makes most sense as well, if I'm going over quality for quantity, is picking up the Genk boys, isn't it? Probably makes most sense. Or a super rare. But anyway, let's look at what's going on with the game week and what's happening with this PSV game as well. What's going on with Galatasaray? So they're still 1-0. Who's playing well then? Centre mid's having a good game by the looks of it. Mertens is in there. I didn't think Mertens was going to start. Isn't he not started like the last couple of games? I didn't think he was going to start every game so far. I know it's early doors, but be interesting to see what happens with him. I reckon Angelino comes on for like 20 minutes or whatever. So for the guys who's like wanting him, I think you'll get some points out of him at least. And then you got PSV here. Well, they're smashing it, aren't they? Really. But that clean sheet, see how important that clean sheet is? Because he would have been on like, what's his AA? 6. So he would have been on with XP, like call it 70. This guy would be on 84 and a bit more as well for your XP. If you had Luke de Jong, 4-1, Bosch, there you go. If you had him as well, you could have been close to having like a 480, maybe more game week. Be interesting to see what the leaderboard looks like. Anyone on stream got any of the PSV boys? Be interesting to see. We just want, Sturm to just nick another one. Little counter attack. -4 for the goalkeeper. Sweet. You got Veerman. He's just got the assist. Sweet. There you go, Gaza, mate. There you go. Benitez, Van Aanholt. I thought that so I used to really enjoy it when we was talking about like FPL, when we was playing FPL. I might as well just go back to PSV, haven't I? When we was playing FPL, I always used to put Van Aanholt in. Oh, he's got injured. He's just come off, but he's still got the 89. Or is that oh, fuck me. That's the last game, innit? What a dick. Come on. Get with it. Get with it, son. Get with it. There we go. What is he on? Oh, he's on 50. Veerman with the assist. Isn't Veerman like 0.4 or something? Like, is he worth 0.4? I've never really looked at his card. I mean, they look superb, don't they? But oh yeah, yeah. All right, sweet. Nice. Nice. What time does Minnesota kick off in the morning? Have a look. Tomorrow morning. There we go. 1 o'clock. So I'll probably kick off at about 20 past 1. He won't kill a lineup. No, mate, he won't. But Gaza, your gallery is madness, mate. In terms of supers and stuff like that, like especially for Challenger, it's superb. It is superb. Yeah, it's a bit annoying this game week though that I haven't really got many players. But yeah, coming back to my predicament, and again, this is about making moves. So I am going to look at what's on the market in a minute. But I mean, Teddy's not playing, is he? So that's the lineup at the moment. Now, what I could do is go out and get Trezeguet and have just the attacking stack, 2 midfielders, and obviously the forward from the same club, and then hoping for the 20 clean sheet. that could work, and then drop Vito. Because Trezeguet, I think, is a little bit undervalued as well. Now, he's probably not that he's undervalued at the moment, but fucking hell, stream's dropping out again, boys. But where is he? Trezeguet. Now they signed Orsic, didn't they? And with Orsic, he's just had basically a season-ending injury. But if Trezeguet, like when he starts, just make sure that's pretty decent. If he gets like the last 4 games of last season, obviously they had the earthquake and things was happening obviously in that country, but they come back and they just smashed it. So maybe I could pick him up. What's his last price going for? 0.08. It's a little bit inflated, isn't it? A little bit too much. Yeah. A little bit too much, I think. But I could pick him up. Nice stream. See you next time. Yeah, cheers, kebab. Yeah, I'm going to try and sort out what's going on with my fucking... Why it keeps dropping in and out, but I might call it a day there anyway, boys. Just a nice little hour stream. And I'll see what happens between now and the deadline as to who I'll pick up. But nice one. I'll try and work out. I might do a little bit of Googling and YouTubing now as to how I can get this a little bit better. But for those who have joined live, thanks for joining, guys. If you can hit that like button, I would really appreciate that. Yeah, have a good evening. Have a good game week. Preparing for this upcoming game week. If you're watching on the video as well, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed as well. And yeah, have a good one, boys. I will see you in the future.